Hi there, welcome back to Torment Tides of Numenera, our voiced roleplay playthrough. The slowest audiobook that you may find, but still awesome. Let's have a closer look here. What is wandering there?
Alright.
Can you see that? Is that a magical scar on the ground? Or are these spaceships? Let's see. A yawning intake marks the front of a long-dead construct. Inside, the metal is pitted, black and ancient. We're here with our clever Nano. She's an explorer. And she wants to examine everything and anything. Although this cube hovers in the air, you can feel the ground shudder with its vibrations. We want to find out about the world as much as we can. So I think we haven't been here yet at this.
Ready.
We've been at this door. Examine the door. The metal surface is infused with minuscule threads that are barely visible to the human eye. They only run in straight lines and right angles, and they seem to converge at the circular bumps. Upon closer inspection, you notice that each of the bumps is unique. Some are flat faces, others are actually many-sided polygons, and a few are marked by tiny apertures. Unfortunately, you don't see anything that resembles a knob, keyhole, or access device. You try touching both the flat planes on the door and the small bumps, but nothing happens. We'll knock on the door. Knock lightly first, then harder. The door makes no sound at all, nor does it shudder or yield. There's no one home, dear. Hasn't been for thousands of years. She peers at the door. One of my colleagues at the order claimed that she got inside, but I don't believe her. Right, now let's proceed.
Yes, child.
Here. I wasn't sure if we had visited this before because the game was acting up a bit. Sorry for out of character.
In this world,
Removing all my save games, so I had to replay it all.
Let's do it.
So, let's see about this. What is this? There's some kind of fence. And we don't want to get hit by this tar, right? This device is collecting black goop from somewhere underwater and pumping it to the nearby spout. What's this? It's glowing.
Sure.
Let's see. Whoa. There's someone coming. Dramatic music. Are we afraid? I think we should be. These are more than we are. As you step onto what looks like the back of the enormous construct, 4 strangers approach you. The lead is a wiry man with parallel scars running from cheek to collarbone on the left side of his face. He gives you a welcoming smile, pulling on grey gloves embedded with pulsing lights. He's about to say something to you when he notices Calastique. Scan thought she's the star, or she came out of it. But what does Cal have to do with this, he thinks. So, we know 2 things. He's very knowledgeable and intelligent, and he knows Calastique. Cal, I thought you'd sworn off trawling the reef. Found anything tasty? His eyes travel up and down both you and Alligern. Also Nance, Qorro, nothing that would interest you, I'm sure. Her words are calm, but she has gone quite still. Scat thought, what is he doing here? He has something up his sleeve, I know it. I don't know, let them talk this out. His hand curls into a fist at his side. I was wondering specifically if you had seen a falling star that landed near here not long ago. I've seen nothing of the sort, dear Qorro. Her lips close thinly. What about your friends? He turns to you. I know most of the draft that scavengers the reef these days. It's a rare pleasure to see a new face. I mean, we're clever, so we won't tell him that we fell from the sky just like that, so he's clever too, probably, but So let's just make conversations for now. No need for deception yet. Nice scars. How did you get them? Two things are more dangerous than death in this world, he says, his smile widening. Asking impolite questions of strangers and playing with Numenera you don't fully understand. My error was in the latter category, and I've grown more careful since. What are those gloves for? Now that we're talking unwelcome but anticipated complications. He does not elaborate. He does so love his ambushes, Calistique whispers in your ear again, even though her mouth is closed and she isn't looking at you. He didn't have the gloves when I knew him last, but I'd wager they are connected to devices in the area. So, Qorro says, apparently unaware of Calistique's interruption, the star, have you seen it? What? I'll be honest with you. Where did this star land? Keep asking questions. Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't be reduced to harassing noble travelers. I never saw it, you see. My employer did, and thought, who is the most trustworthy team I can send at a moment's notice? He winks. Luckily, they were on another assignment. We were interested and weren't too drunk yet, so they're intoxicated. They're dangerous. What interests you about this star? How kind of you to ask, Qorro says, clapping his gloved hands together. So few people are interested in the tangled motivations of paid explorers. He spreads his arms as if holding the sky and continues. The world is littered with ruins and fascinating secrets. Trouble is anyone can claim them, but when something falls from the sky, that's rarer, and a man can make his name off such a find. He pauses, then adds, we're also being paid quite handsomely. That helps. Enough chat, I think, he says, and there's no humor in his smile now. Where's the falling star? We could try to deceive him. What kind of guy is he? We could tell him that we want the star. That would be a little bit more convincing, right? Being fellow explorers. That would be something he would maybe accept. I'm also here for the star. Unlike you, I want it and all its secrets for myself. Oh, we need to put some effort in that. All right, let's do that. 90%. Is that good? Ah, we have success. Qorro gives you a long, hard look. Then he sighs. An admirable goal. We're less enamored of, he coughs, blushing, then continues, of certain pursuits and in dire need of money. I would likely be doing the same. Good hunting. Perhaps we'll meet again. Scan thoughts. If she's not telling the truth, then she's a fantastic liar. Guess I was wrong. Whew. Good going, eh? Good going. Nice thinking, kid. That would have been a fiasco. You figured out why they were here, right? Scan thoughts. I knew I couldn't trust Calistique. This is the last time I make that mistake. So he thinks they are connected to Calistique. They saw me fall from the sky. I don't know about that. I don't know if Calistique was really the one telling them. So I think they were ambushing anyone who walked by. Sure, kid. Do you see them ambushing anyone else? They were waiting for us, and no one else. Somebody sold us out. He points discreetly at Calistique. Excuse me? Are you suggesting I had something to do with Qorro's plans? Ken thought, oh, I cannot abide his rabid paranoia a moment longer. Are you suggesting you didn't? An old friend of yours just happens to be waiting for us, armed and outnumbering us as we return from the greatest find the reef has seen in years. It's too convenient for me, too convenient by far. All the idiotic paranoid delusions, you really believe this, don't you? You really believe I'd use a half-wit like Qorro to stab you in the back rather than do it myself? You see, kid, she'll stab you in the back. First chance she gets, most likely in your sleep. Aligon throws up her hand, forestalling Calisthene's retort. Look, I don't care. Fact is, I can't trust you anymore, and I wonder why I ever did. This is the last we travel together. I've got enough to worry about without having to watch my back 28 hours a day. Turns to you. You coming, kid, or what? You're really going to walk away from each other over this? Oh, this is just the last needle that crushed the Janine. You haven't seen 1/10 of her deaths, not 1/20. She's a backstabbing bitch, and this mess here only proves it. Always a paragon of class, Aligan. If I did have any interest in betraying you, do you really think I would need Qorro's help? Yet this is the thanks I get for coddling your pain-raddled judgmental weakness for so long. I've had enough. She turns to you. Child, I'm happy to guide you, but I will not walk another step with this paranoid buffoon. Finally, something we agree on, he growls. Kid, she'll chop off your head and spit down your throat. I'll get you where you need to go and let you sleep at night to boot. It's up to you. Well, Aligon is paranoid. That's something we know thanks to scan thoughts. We would have known if Calisthene wanted to betray us. She's a little selfish, but she's not bad. Aligon, on the other hand, is keen to protect us, even for just the reason that we are here. But he's not connected to the Order of Truth that we would really like to join as an explorer. So, why can't I travel with both of you? Can't you just work it out? Calisthene bursts out laughing. My dear girl, we have been working it out. Aligon's petulance, his obstinacy in the face of fact, drive me away every day. He might be strong, but he's also thick. I dare you to try traveling with him and see how long you endure. Not as long as I have, I'll wager. Aligon's face darkens under her accusations, but he manages a pained smile. As if you're doing me a favor by staying with me. Do you think I don't see your true self in all those echoes around you? That's you, Calisthene, every facet of it. Your vivisectionist's heart hasn't changed, just the way you present it. I thought I could help you, but... we would really like to have a companion. Like, from the emotional side, we want to be with Aligon. But reason commands we go with Calisthene. It's hard. It's a hard choice to make. But we're an explorer. We'll go with Calisthene. Right, well, if you want me and she doesn't sell you for parts, you can find me in the underbelly, but not with her, mind you. Scan thoughts. She'll sell you for parts first chance she forget it. It's her choice, not my problem. I'll let you know what you've missed, Aligon. I'm sure you won't be missed, that is. She links her arm possessively into yours. Let's go, child. We have a world to conquer. Interesting. So bad we would let him go.
I'm going.
What's here? There's a shallow depression in the surface here, like many others scattered around the construct. Unlike the others, energy still pulses across this one at random intervals. A slight, yet implacable sense of unease emanates with each wave of energy. There's a loose lens at the center of the depression. You think you could redirect the psychic effects somewhere more useful, but it will be tricky to get to it in between the energy pulses. Without any antagonists to aim it toward, the device doesn't serve any obvious purpose. Alright, that would have helped us in the fight, so... if you're in that fight, or if you're not avoiding the fight, use that thing.
Of course.
What more is here? Let's see. cobalt petals fold over a short metal stem. Calcified minerals holds the ancient weapon closed. And this massive construct was trying to climb across the top of the reef when it so-called died. Its surface is pocked with tiny scars and scorch marks. This thing, a spherical head, hangs loosely from this stanchion. A single metal fiber holds it in place. Oh, a head. Is that really a head? Let's look at this closer. Yeah, it's some kind of a head. It's really strange, though. Let's look at this. This has something we can do. A lambent green fluid drips from the end of the device's nozzle and hisses angrily on the metal surface beneath. Without any antagonists to aim it toward, the device doesn't serve any obvious purpose. Alright, so there's the other thing. You could aim at your enemies.
I'm ready.
If you'd fight. Let's examine this too. A sickly green crust scabs over numerous cracks and divots in this turret. So, yeah, these were all weapons, and this one is like dried out, and this one's still active. Look at this. Some patterns here.
In this
Even looks
world,
muscular, like a muscular metal. Is this... yeah, it's... definitely, it has been a muscular device or something like that.
All right.
And now let's leave the reef of fallen worlds and go to Sega's Cliffs. The city we're in. We seek the Order of Truth, so we must first reach Government Square. The easiest way is via the staircase by the old clock. Yeah, of course, Calastique, but we're not here for the easiest way. We're here to explore. And you can see Otero here is actually some kind of... yeah, a very useful guy. We'll see about that in the next episode, out of character. This guy is the perfect city guide. If you're playing for the first time, ask him anything and he'll help you a great deal. So with that said, thank you for watching, happy gaming to you, and see you in the next episode of Torment, Tides of Numenera. Have fun guys, happy gaming.